Good evening. Coming up tonight.
School districts across the state were rocked by a shooting hoax yesterday.
Plus, Gamecock football was victorious on a rare Thursday night game.
And later, Columbia's annual Oktoberfest is happening this weekend. Find out more tonight.
But first, our meteorologist Caiden Dinkins is in the studio here with us now. Caiden, what can we expect to see this weekend?
Well, ladies, we have had a much warmer few days these past few days, but over the weekend we are going to cool down quite a bit. I'll have more on that forecast coming up tonight on SGTV Student News at 7.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
This is Student News at 7.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Riley Hackett.
And I'm Caroline Smith. Thanks for joining us tonight. More than a dozen schools across South Carolina experienced a terrifying school shooting hoax yesterday. Fake calls were reported in 15 districts across the state, and Columbia's Blythewood High School was one of the affected schools. Police responded to reports of school shootings while schools went into active shooter lockdowns.
Students and teachers locked themselves in classrooms and closets while fully armed police searched the buildings. South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson expressed his disgust with the hoax in a tweet, writing, quote, "Active shooter situations are taken extremely seriously by law enforcement. False claims aren't a joke," end quote.
Parents received heartbreaking "I love you" messages from their children in the targeted schools. SC Governor Henry McMaster said the hoax calls could be coming from other states and even other countries.
South Carolina's Law Enforcement Division has said it believes these threats were only hoaxes, and the FBI released that similar incidents have recently occurred in other parts of the country.
This hoax is believed to have been started by a TikTok challenge. Law enforcement said they are working to evaluate the credibility of these threats.
Representatives from Prisma Health announced this week the healthcare company is partnering with 5 South Carolina colleges. Prisma pledged $5 million to the schools to fund a trial run of a nursing recruitment program.
The Prisma Health Nursing Scholars Program aims to help students at USC Columbia, Clemson, USC Upstate, Greenville Tech, and Midlands Tech become nurses.
The $5 million from Prisma Health will help fund scholarships, student resources, mentorships, and opportunities for clinical experience.
The program will also help colleges collaborate with employers like Prisma Health hospitals.
Prisma hopes this will help combat a statewide shortage of qualified nurses.
Here at U of SC, the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion wants to establish a pronoun policy for the university. Currently, U of SC does not have an official pronoun policy.
This drafted policy will set expectations for the U of SC community about respecting preferred names and personal pronouns. However, it will not mandate that faculty and staff use a student's preferences. A recent tweet from U of SC's division stated that students are now able to update their preferred names and personal pronouns in the university's Blackboard site. Julian Williams, the Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, is working with Human Resources, Information Technology, and the Registrar to implement systems in Microsoft Office and Carolina Card for students and staff to add names and pronouns.
Right now in South Carolina, Clemson University is the only public college that allows students to use their preferred pronouns. While Williams has said that he does not have a set time when this new policy will be implemented, he wants students and staff to know that his office is actively working on this pronoun policy and on other ways to make campus more inclusive to all.
The U.S. Supreme Court reconvened Monday after a 3-month break. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, who made history as the first Black woman on the Supreme Court, heard her first oral argument.
For the first time since the pandemic began, the public can listen to oral arguments in the courtroom. For the past 2 years, arguments were made virtually or in an empty room, but on Monday, the courtroom was full.
Spectators saw Justice Jackson take a confident approach and speak up during her first oral argument. The Supreme Court's docket for this session includes hot topics, cases regarding affirmative action in college applications, satirical news, the extent that state legislators have power in elections, redistricting, and more. Those interested in the oral arguments can listen at www.supremecourt.gov. I think it's really great that they're letting people listen to what's going on in the court. I think that's really going to be good for democracy.
I agree. It's great for us to know what's going on up there at the Capitol and our own satirical news here at the University, Carolina Tonight. I hope they're not super affected by this.
Yeah, and on that note, Carolina Tonight will have a show in the Russell Underground at 9 p.m. on October 20th.
Yes, coming up after the break, the latest in Gamecock sports. Stay close. This past weekend, the South Carolina Gamecocks took a big win against SC State. SGTV News 4 reporter Michael Herring has the scoop. What have you got for us, Michael?
The South Carolina Gamecocks are on a winning streak with a win against South Carolina State last Thursday. The Gamecocks defeated SC State with a final score of 50-10. There were some key players who stood out during the game. Quarterback Spencer Rattler is starting to look like the star he is. Rattler finished the game with 212 yards, completing 21 of 27 passes and 2 touchdowns. Both running backs, Marshawn Lloyd and Christian Bill Smith, were standouts as well. Both players scored 2 touchdowns each during the game against South Carolina State. Our record is now 3-2 this football season. This weekend, the South Carolina Gamecocks go on the road facing number 13, the Kentucky Wildcats. The game will kick off at 7:30 p.m. at Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky. You can watch the game on SEC Network. In other Carolina sports news, congratulations is in order for South Carolina's women's basketball head coach Dawn Staley, who is set to receive the John R. Wooden Award. The award will be presented to Staley along with the 2023 Wooden Award winners on April the 7th, 2023. That's what's going on in sports for SGTV, News 4 Sports. And I'm Michael Herring. Back to you, Riley.
Thanks, Michael. Coming up after the break, News 4 entertainment reporter Emmitt Murray will tell us about a festival right near you. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Joining me now is entertainment reporter Emmitt Murray to fill us in on what's happening in Cola this weekend. What do you have for us, Emmitt?
Well, don your lederhosen and fill your mugs because Oktoberfest Columbia is here. You can stop by Incarnation Lutheran Church to experience Columbia's original German festival. The festival will have homemade German food and treats, live entertainment from bands and dancers, and of course, German beer.
The festival will last from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on October 7th through the 9th. What a fun fall tradition.
No, okay, so my friends are actually in Germany right now, so I've got to see through their Snapchat stories what's really going on. So I want to get a taste of it, so I feel like I have to go.
Yeah, doing the best we can here in good old Columbia.
Exactly. Though she be but little, she is fierce. Is just one of the iconic quotes from Shakespeare's A Midsummer's Night's Dream. The Department of Theater and Dance is giving us the opportunity to experience the enchantment of the Bard in their brand new outdoor venue.
October 8th and 9th at 3 p.m. you can stop by the Shakespeare Festival stage located on Green Street to watch this classic play. I am going to see this play this weekend and I am very excited.
You're definitely gonna have to let me know how it goes. The only time I've ever heard of that play is that one episode of Zach and Cody, and I just feel like, I don't know, it just didn't really do it for me, but I'm really excited to see how this one goes. So you have to tell me all about it.
Will do. That's all your entertainment news for tonight. Coming up after the break, meteorologist Caiden Dinkins will let you know if these hot days will continue into the weekend. We'll be right back.
And coming up this week in weather, well, let's take it back a little bit, but we had a few warmer days prior to today, Thursday, but coming up tomorrow, we will have one more warmer day until we cool back down after that cold front passes, and then those cool temps will continue into next week. But let's take a look at what that looks like across the state for today. So, and across the state, we were in the the upper 70s to low 80s around Columbia and Orange. We were in the 80s, as well as Aiken and Charleston, and then the upper 70s in the upstate, as well as a few places on the coast. Now looking at right now here in Columbia, South Carolina, we have hit that 80 degrees already, so we are cooling back down to 71 degrees right now with those winds barely moving. It is calm and cool, no precipitation in the area. We will stay dry for the next following weeks and through the beginning of next week as well. So coming up on Friday, that is sunny and 83. As we move along the rest of the week, those temperatures do warm up a little bit or cool down, but they stay warm Saturday and Sunday, and then they continue to cool down until they warm up just a little bit at the beginning of next week. But that sun stays out, so it's nice and clear and cool for us as that week continues, and it will stay with us through the following of next week.
And finally, tonight's Carolina Canine features Bug.
Bug was submitted by sophomore biology major Sydney Lell. Bug is an adopted 4-year-old Chihuahua weighing in at a whopping 4 pounds.
Though he is little, Bug still has a big heart. You can find him howling, cuddling up with his mom, and snacking on cheese cubes. This is the cutest little dog.
This has got to be the winner of Carolina Canines. You win. You're the cutest.
I love a Chihuahua. It's my mom's favorite dog, too. That's all we have for tonight's edition of Student News at 7.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all of our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtvonline.com. For SGTV News 4, I'm Caroline Smith.
And I'm Riley Hackett. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina. Forever to be.